So I don't really have the motivation to do a full, or at least really edited video when it comes down to responding to this BS, but I figured I'd go ahead and I'm just going to say this. I also haven't had the motivation to do anything drama related, at least as part of, my main content, but rather pushing it towards, the podcast stuff. Because again, I don't, at this point, I've been trying to push away from drama. If anything, when it comes down to anything involving drama or anything in general involving YouTube and some stupid motherfuckers that are doing stupid shit, we were going to talk about it in the podcast. But I want to quickly talk about this because this is an interesting comment from the delusional canine aversion, calling herself hypocritically calling herself the defenders of humans and the natural world, where this individual comments, "Who cares? The people who care about the 28,000 reconstructive surgeries performed every year in the U.S. due to dog attacks. The real question is, why don't you care?" So, I'm sure, if anything, more likely this is more reactionary to the title and not actually watching my video. Because, let's face it, especially when it comes down to the video in question, which was titled, "Canine Aversion Blows a Gasket Over National Dog Day, Who Really Cares?" This was more of kind of bashing her video, throwing a fit about something that is really stupid as a National Dog Day. And I even made a joke about that when it came to naming several national days that people have made over the years. There's a laundry list of them, and I think I posted a link in that last video of the variety of different holidays. But I'm a little bit perturbed by this, because repeatedly in my videos that I do mention that I share my concerns, especially when it comes down to people who have to deal with dog attacks or things in general, as well as give my condolences to individuals who end up having to suffer or at least have to go through surgery and stuff like that. And with this individual who ends up, by the way, not even questioning any of the things I say, but questioning my own morality, is a little bit irritating. Especially with, once again, I have to question your morality because you want to claim that you are for, anything involving humans or the defenders of humans. You want to be for human rights and all that bullshit. But all you talk about is something that by any normal person's standards would be a non-issue. Or at least when it comes down to dogs existing being a non-issue. Yes, we all acknowledge that there are people that are attacked by dogs. Yes, we do not understand that we have individuals that are afraid of dogs. But as I mentioned in many of my other videos, there's a variety of people who, in some sense, consider the fact that there are also people that like dogs and are able to find a way to coexist. Not be delusional in their fear and aggression towards these animals. And as I've said before, and I'll say it again till I'm blue in the face, there's a difference between, again, the people who are afraid of dogs, but to some sense consider or at least acknowledge that people love dogs and keep them as pets, to individuals like canine aversion who lets their own fear and delusion get the best of them to basically create hate campaigns towards these animals and finding any reason to try to quote-unquote ban them from society, claiming that the world will be dog-free or cat-free, which more likely is not going to happen due to the fact that they are so ingrained in society as it is. And to be perfectly honest, I always find it ironic that canine aversion tries to claim herself to be somebody who at least worries about human issues, when in reality, again, the only thing she talks about is her hatred for dogs. I look at her videos, and again, every single one, it's nothing but her hatred for dogs, when in reality, especially when she calls herself the defenders of humans and the natural world, or if anything, involving, at least talking about her, just reading part of her description, saying that she is for the love of humanity. Why not discuss the variety of different shootings that have happened over the years and discuss how mental health has possibly been the biggest factor in those shootings, as well as, not to mention, bullying and harassment towards students and a variety of different people who were involved in those said shootings. Why not talk about the issues with women being treated as objects in third world countries, or the fact in several countries, if you are either Christian or gay, you are immediately killed. Why not talk about the variety of different atrocities that humans cause to each other? But let's be honest here. Even if we suggest her doing that for her content, she's not going to. Why? Because, unfortunately for her, she's let her own fear and delusion get the best of her. And the only thing that she can talk about and allow her to control her life is her hatred for dogs. So in this sense of her trying to claim that I don't care about humanity, I have to bring that question back to her of, why is it you care? Or why don't you care about some of the things that are going on with humanity? Again, you want to try to clap at me and say that I don't care about humans that suffer from dog attacks, even though I've said repeatedly in my videos that I do. And I sympathize with those people and feel sorry, and prayers go out to those individuals who end up having to deal with that. But at the same time, I also acknowledge that there are bigger issues than that. So, again, you want to try to claim or try to make the argument that I don't care. I have to make the argument back at you, considering that all you talk about is your hatred for dogs and not about the actual problem. Or, to be more blunt or kind of rephrase, the bigger issues in society. But anyway, again, I doubt this individual is actually going to look at herself and realize that she's not for what she claims to be for. And again, not even going to consider the fact that her entire channel is solely basically her own bubble for her hatred for these animals and not discussing the actual issues. So with that, I figured I'd just make this quick response, even though it's like 8 minutes long. I was not motivated to do like a full-on video where there's a bunch of editing. Just, show the screenshot of the comment and give my thoughts to it. But anywho, thank you guys so much for watching. This is Rob Novakast, signing off. Have a good one. Take care. Peace.